We need a conscious, awakened, and an aware public who is willing to address this in a prudent way. There are a number of ways that this can be addressed, and a number of people who address this in anger and fear, some other areas, may have set us back a little bit. So we had to do a lot of damage control here in Maui and get the attention in a non-confrontational way. It's hard to do when you're aware of what's going on, but it's essential. We had to do a lot of damage control here in Maui because when Bruce Douglas, who really had the idea and wanted to run with the bill, he called up the mayor's office and he said, "I'd like to have a private meeting." And they said, "Well, about what?" And he said, "Well, I'd like to talk to you about geoengineering." And they said, "We don't know what that is." And he said, "Well, many people know about it as the chemtrail issue." And the mayor's office said, no, you're those crazy people. And Bruce said, "No, we're not those crazy people." They said, "Well, we get 5 calls a week of people who are screaming and saying that we're dumping toxins to kill everybody in the sky." And Bruce said, no, I'm sorry that people have been very antagonistic and very angry calling you. We want to talk to you about facts and figures in this. So we went in, we presented the film, which, by the way, has been a very effective tool, and we addressed this in a way that was easily understood by our political leaders. As a result, they moved and are moving forward with this bill. But a number of people come in, and there are several levels of truth and several agendas associated with these programs. Most of these agendas are far beyond what many people would even accept as reality. And what I mean by that, it's similar to math, and algebra. And I was a teacher for a number of years. I taught 3rd through 8th grade. And while I could introduce, basic math to the 3rd graders and algebra to the 8th graders, I couldn't come in with that algebra to the 3rd graders. And when introducing any issue, you have to know who your audience is. You have to know the levels of the issue that they're able to comprehend and accept, and that's the most important. So while I believe there is a depopulation agenda associated with these programs, and Bill Gates, who's spoken about eugenics, I don't think it's the most prudent way to address this when you're going into a public official, because essentially that's probably something that many of them have never heard of, and it could be beyond the reality. And our agenda is not to tell everybody as much truth as we know. Our agenda is to teach, educate these people, and move towards getting these programs stopped. So it's sort of, if you look at truth, truth is a very powerful weapon. But you put a weapon in a child's hands that does not have the wisdom to use it, they can do a lot of damage. And unfortunately, that's something that we experienced here. So I can't stress the importance of knowing the audience that you speak to and addressing it at a level that they'll not only comprehend, but be able to accept.